The Seagulls and the Merchants here from the College of Alameda on the island of Alameda. Seagulls facing off against the Merchants on the road today following a loss to the Walnut Creek Crawdads 4-1 yesterday. Merchants starter Griffin Sutton warming up, and he'll be facing a Seagulls lineup that looks like this. It's going to be the catcher, A.J. Hurtado, leading off, followed by Christian Lamoth. He's playing first. Tanner Wall bats third and plays right field. Davis Gurman in the cleanup spot. He's in center. Then it's the DH and newest Seagull, George Schmidt, batting fifth. Ellen Ramirez gets a start at short today. He's batting sixth, followed by Derek Waldvogel, the left fielder. Then it's Emilio Feliciano at second base and batting eighth. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Brandon Swanson. This is a lineup that looks pretty different from yesterday. George Schmidt was the starting pitcher yesterday, but now he's the DH. Alan Ramirez getting a start. He was on the bench yesterday, as was Derek Waldvogel and Brandon Swanson, but they're all in the lineup today. And please forgive the photo on this broadcast. We are, in fact, playing the Merchants. Hopefully we can get that updated at some point throughout this game. But A.J. Hurtado standing in the dirt, ready to take the first at bat of this ball game against the Merchant starter, Griffin Sutton. So Hurtado in the box. Sutton comes set. And the first pitch of the ball game. Hurtado swings and pops it up towards the line on the infield. And it'll be the first baseman, Martini, who makes the catch. So one pitch, one out in this one. Hurtado is retired. So Hurtado, who likes to swing at that first pitch, did not have success there. That'll bring up Christian Lamoth. Lamoth, left-handed hitter. Sutton's first pitch to him. Down low, ball one. Lamoth went 1 for 4 in the game yesterday. He had a single in the first inning. Also stole a bag. Now here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. This one's going to be past the dive of the right fielder Johnson. Lamoth is heading into second, and he'll be in there standing. So Christian Lamoth ropes a one-out double here in the first inning. So now it's Tanner Wall starting in right field today. Played a lot of right field and second base this year. Real versatile young player. Sutton checks Lamoth at second and throws. Wall with the swing and a pop-up behind the plate and foul ground. And looked like the catcher Grantham never saw it. It fell on the warning track in play. So it would have been a tough one if he could find it, but he couldn't. So it's 0-1. Wall, a Bay Area guy, went to St. Francis High School. Just graduated this past spring. Lamoth at second, one down, scoreless tie in the first. Sutton home with an 0-1. That misses. 1-1. Well, if that pitch was any indication, we're going to see a very small strike zone today. Didn't miss by much. Now Sutton comes set. And the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to second. Fielded by the second baseman, Rodriguez, and he'll throw out Wall for out number 2. Lamoth goes to third. So Wall advances the runner, but now there are 2 down, and Davis Gurman will bat. Gurman made his return to the lineup after missing 4 games yesterday. Didn't get a hit, but he did draw a walk. So Lamoth at third, 2 down, 0-0 game, first inning. Sutton's first pitch. Check swing, but it's in the strike zone anyway. Sutton looks in. And the 0-1. That's below the zone for ball one. Gurman, a very well-rounded outfielder. He can hit, he can run, he can field, he can throw. Batting cleanup today. 1-1. Swing on a pop-up foul back behind the plate and out of play. So 1-2 now to Gurman. Hurtado opened up this game with a pop-out, then Lamoth doubled to right. Tanner Wall grounded out to second. Now it's Gurman in a 1-2 count. Sutton comes set. And the 1-2. Strike three called. Gurman goes down looking, and the Seagulls are retired in the first without a run. Merchants coming up. Bottom of the first inning now as Finn Whalen is out to the mound to make his fourth start of the year for the Seagulls. He's thrown 17 2/3 innings in all. He's got a 6.62 ERA, but that was really inflated by one hiccup against the Walnut Creek Crawdads on the 9th of June. Other than that, he's been pretty excellent. You really feel like whenever Whalen's on the mound, the Seagulls have a very good chance at winning. He's going to be facing Trey Johnson, left-handed batter, in right field today, wearing number 42. So Whalen with his first pitch of the game. Johnson takes down low, ball one. Johnson's an East Bay guy out of Berkeley High School, so he's not playing far from home. Here's the 1-0. Swing on a ground ball to the right side, stabbed by Lamoth. He's going to take it to the bag himself. One down. So Johnson is retired, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Nico Rodriguez.
Number 0, Nico Rodriguez.
Rodriguez swings at the first pitch and grounds this one to Lamoth, and he'll take it to the bag once again. So deja vu here, back-to-back pitches, ground balls to Christian Lamoth, and 2 up, 2 down for Finn Whalen here in this first.
Number 2, Kyle Laxa.
So now here's Kyle Laxa, the shortstop. Laxa standing at 5'10", 175 pounds, out of Pepperdine University. And Whalen's first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Laxa has 1 home run on the year. That was against the Seagulls on the first pitch of the ball game at Tom Lara Field earlier this year. Whalen stares in, And his 0-1. Laxa takes a slow breaking ball for ball 1. Not sure where that missed, but it couldn't have missed by much. Whalen's 1-1. In the dirt, ball 2. It's a bright and sunny, but not overwhelmingly hot day here in Alameda. Not a cloud in the sky that I can see. Pretty windy, too. Whalen. From the windup, the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball to short. Alan Ramirez fields the high hop, throws across. In time to get him. So Finn Whalen retires the side on 3 groundouts. 0-0 as we head to the second. Top of the second inning now. Still a scoreless game. Griffin Sutton back to the mound, and George Schmidt will climb into the box for the Seagulls. Schmidt 1 for 4 on the season as a hitter. First pitch to him here. Swinging a high pop-up on the infield. The third baseman, Nava, going back, but he's called off by the shortstop, Laxa, who can't catch it. Laxa was twisting and turning and kind of overran the ball. I don't think he ever got a glove on it. So Schmidt is aboard. That'll bring up Alan Ramirez. Ramirez hitting at 190 on the year. He's 3 for 21, but picked up a couple knocks against the Crawdads a couple games ago. First pitch to him. It's inside for ball 1. Ramirez has been around the Bay Area in his college baseball career. He's played at Mission College in Santa Clara, West Valley College in Saratoga, and this past spring, San Jose State. The 1-0. That's inside with the fastball for ball 2. Ramirez on the year, 3 for 21. Pitch. Swinging a chopper foul, slowly bouncing to the Merchants' dugout. 2-1 now. Schmidt at first. Nobody out. Scoreless tie. Top of the second. Here's the 2-1. Foul tip into the glove of Grantham for strike 2. Seagulls playing in Alameda against the Merchants. I apologize for the graphic on screen. That is incorrect. It is, in fact, Seagulls against Merchants in Alameda. 2-2. Ground ball to third. Fielded by Nava. His throw to first will be in time, and because Schmidt was going on the pitch, he will be at second safely. So Ramirez runs really well. I don't know if it would have been a double play even if Schmidt wasn't going, but essentially works as well as a sac bunt. So now a runner at second with one out, and Derek Waldvogel come into the plate. Waldvogel playing his second summer with the Seagulls. And Sutton's first pitch to him is in there, strike one. Schmidt at second. One down, 0-0 in the top of the second. Sutton checks the runner and his pitch. Waldvogel way out in front. He tried to check his swing but went around. Call was made by the home plate umpire. And now it's 0-2. Sutton comes set. And the 0-2 to Waldvogel. Just below the zone for ball one. Waldvogel, a Bay Area guy out of Junipero Serra High School in San Mateo. Same high school that Barry Bonds and Tom Brady went to, if you didn't know that. Waldvogel takes this one down low, and it's 2-2 now. This at bat started 0-2, but Waldvogel's laid off a couple pitches below the zone from Sutton. Now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waldvogel's got some pop. He has a home run on the air. Here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3. And Waldvogel's gone from 0-2 to a full count. It's a bit smaller here than at Tom Lawler Field, at least to left. It's 330 down the line here, whereas it's 357 in San Bruno. Here's the payoff. Schmidt goes for third. Waldvogel takes ball 4. The throw down is not in time. The throw was a little bit high. Nava had to jump up before making the tag. If it was online, I think they got him. But Schmidt's in there, and the Seagulls will have runners on the corners with one down. So really nice at bat from Waldvogel, going from 0-2 to working a walk. And Emilio Feliciano will bat. Runners on the corners, one down. First pitch from Sutton is in there with a breaking ball for strike one. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, ball one. Feliciano started at short yesterday. Today he is at second. He was on base a couple times with a single and a hit by pitch. Schmidt at third. Waldvogel at first, one down the pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. So Griffin Sutton, the Merchant starter, having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone in this second inning. Takes a look at first. Now the 2-1. On the ground to third. Nava backs up a bit. Goes to second for one. The throw back to first. Not in time. Feliciano runs it out. And Schmidt comes in to score. So a fielder's choice will squeak across the Seagulls' first run of the ball game. It's 1-0. That was really, really close at first base. Martini, the first baseman, stretched as far as he could, but Feliciano just barely able to run it out. Now here's Brandon Swanson with 2 down. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball one. Nice block by Grantham. Swanson swings and foul tips this one into the glove of Grantham. So 1-1 the count. Swanson this summer is 2 for 20. Sutton checks first. Here's the 1-1. Fastball caught the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Swanson out of Faith Lutheran High School in Las Vegas. Attended the College of Southern Nevada in Henderson, right next to Vegas. It was a pickoff throw to first, but Feliciano's back safely. This inning started with a pop-up hit by George Schmidt that was misplayed by Laxa at short. And Alan Ramirez grounded out, which allowed Schmidt to get to second because he was stealing. And Waldvogel walked, and Feliciano knocked in a run on a fielder's choice. Now the 1-2 to Swanson. Just below the zone with a breaking ball. 2-2 now. Really bold take by Swanson in a 2-strike count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Feliciano at first, 2 down. He goes. Pitches hit high in the air, left field, shallow. Is anyone going to get there? No! The left fielder Nystrom dove and it gets by him. Feliciano is going to get into third. Swanson's into second. And that was just a perfectly placed pop fly. The shortstop Laxo went out. The left fielder Nystrom came in. Nystrom dove for the ball. I think he got a glove on it, but it rolled past him, but not far enough for Feliciano to score. So I'll give Swanson a double for that. Now the lineup card turns over, and A.J. Hurtado will bat with runners at second and third and 2 down. Already a run home in this inning. Seagulls looking for more. First pitch to him. Inside, ball 1. Hurtado popped out to first on the first pitch of the ball game. Really, really proficient at getting on base. That's why he's been in the leadoff spot for most games this season. The 1-0. Popped foul. Backing out of play. So 1-1 the count to Hurtado. Feliciano at third, Swanson at second. 2 down, Seagulls leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. The 1-1. That misses for ball 2. Oh, to take you guys behind the curtain a little bit, I'm sitting kind of right between the backstop and the first base dugout, so I don't have a perfect view of the strike zone. The 2-1. Hurtado with a swing and a foul. Looked like it got him in the foot area. Hopefully his shin guard was able to take the brunt of that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Seagulls have really made Griffin Sutton work in this second inning. Already put 1 on the board, looking for more. 2-2 to Hurtado. Swing on a foul back to the screen, and he's battling here. One of those classic long A.J. Hurtado at-bats we've seen all season. So still 2-2 with Feliciano at third, Swanson at second. Seagulls lead 1-0. Here in the top of the second from the College of Alameda. The 2-2 pitch. Hit well, left center field. On the run, Landry still going back. It's off the bottom of the wall. Hurtado will have extra bases. 2 runs have scored. A big, big swing from A.J. Hurtado extends the Seagulls' lead to 3-0.
Now by the first baseman, number 40, Christian Lamont.
The third double of the game for the Seagulls. And now here's the man who hit the first double, Christian Lamoth. Man, what an at-bat that was from Hurtado. Saw a bunch of pitches, fouled a ton off, eventually just split the gap in left center field and drove in 2 runs. Now the first pitch to Lamoth is in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Grantham for strike one. This is the 5th time the Seagulls have played the Merchants this year. They squared off in the Seagulls home opener, which the Seagulls won 5-4, but they've lost the next 3 against the Merchants this year. The 1-1. In the dirt, ball 2. Another good block by Grantham. He has been keeping everything in front of him, and Sutton has thrown quite a few pitches in the dirt, but I've been impressed by Grantham's defense so far. Sutton sets. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Sutton looks in, comes set. And the 2-2. That just missed for ball 3. Not sure where, but Lamoth will definitely take it. Now the count goes full. So 3-2. Hurtado goes. Lamoth swings and chops it foul along the first baseline, so we'll do it again. That's not something you see often with 3-2, 2 outs. The runner at second goes with nobody behind him. I mean, that's a guaranteed steal if it's a force play. Now Sutton will step off. Merchants hosting the Seagulls. Seagulls on top 3-0 here in the top of the second. Very lengthy inning so far. Hurtado at second, 2 down. Sutton deals. Swinging a line drive, center field hit really hard. And Landry, he dropped it! Hurtado's going to come in to score, and it's 4-0. Christian Lamoth comes up with a big hit. That ball was hit really hard, almost right at Landry. He had to come in a few steps. Then he tried to make almost a basket-style catch, squatting down to the ground. And I don't know if he had it in his glove, but it ended up popping out. When that was off the bat, I thought it was right at him, and maybe Landry thought the same thing, but evidently it fell in front of him and then got by him a little bit. So the Seagulls have put up 4 in this top of the second inning. They now lead 4-0. Now the Merchants are having a conversation on the mound. Now the home plate umpire will stop by to try and break it up. So meeting over, everyone returning to their positions. And Tanner Wall will come to the plate to try and keep this 2-out rally going. 3 straight hits for the Seagulls with 2 outs. A double by Swanson, a double by Hurtado, and most recently a single by Lamoth. So Sutton looks in and his first pitch to Wall. So outside for ball 1 with a breaking ball. Now the 1-0 to Wall. Swinging a line drive center field. Landry coming in is going to fall in front of him for another 2-out hit. Lamoth will stop at second. The Seagulls just keeping the line moving here in the second inning. Now here comes Davis Gurman with the chance to really put this game away early. Seagulls already ahead 4-0. All 4 runs coming in this second inning. Now one of their best hitters, Davis Gurman, at the plate with runners at first and second and 2 down. Sutton comes set and delivers. Gurman takes in the dirt, again blocked by Grantham. The Seagulls have officially batted around in this inning. George Schmidt, who led off, is currently on deck. Gurman at the plate, Lamoth at second, Wall at first. Some action in the Merchants bullpen, as here's the 1-0. And it's tapped foul, slowly dribbling toward the third base dugout. So 1-1 now to Gurman. And this is a welcome sight. The Seagulls haven't had too many big innings this year. Already 4 across in this one, and a chance for more with Gurman at the plate and 2 on. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Seagulls have put up 4 straight 2-out hits from Swanson, Hurtado, Lamoth, and Wall. Gurman trying to make it 5. The 1-2. Down in the dirt, ball 1, and a snap throw back to first, but Wall is back safely. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Davis Gurman. Griffin Sutton working through a very laborious inning. The 2-2. Swinging a foul back. And it's still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Davis Gurman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gurman is set down to end the inning, but the Seagulls put up 4 runs on 4 straight 2-out hits. They lead this one 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Seagulls leading 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Jackson Nystrom striding to the plate, about to take his first at-bat with the Merchants this summer. So Whalen rocks and fires. Nystrom takes outside for ball 1. Nystrom, the left fielder today, played this past spring at USF, just across the bay. Whalen's 1-0 pitch to him, swinging a tapper foul towards his own dugout. Nystrom had a really nice season at USF this spring. Hit .326 with 6 bombs and a .922 OPS. There's definitely a good reason for him batting cleanup today. Whalen's 1-1 pitch. Way upstairs, and the Seagulls dugout is saying foul ball, and yeah, it hit off the bat of Nystrom. He ducked out of the way. I was wondering whether it hit off his helmet or his bat, and fortunately, it's the latter. Now the Merchants coach is going to want to talk to the home plate umpire. I mean, Nystrom never started towards first base, which makes me think that it did hit his bat. Now all 3 umpires will get together between the pitcher's mound and the right field line to talk this one over. I mean, obviously, as the Seagulls broadcaster, I hope it hit his bat. But honestly, the fact that he didn't even start towards first base really makes me think that it hit his bat. I mean, hitters by nature will do anything they can to convince the umpire that they should get on base, and the fact that Nystrom didn't do that really makes me think that that pitch hit his bat. He was trying to duck out of the way of it. Of course, didn't hit his bat on purpose, just one of those bad luck up and in pitches to a hitter. Now the home plate umpire signals foul ball, so it did indeed hit his bat. At least that's what they decided on, and the count will be 1-2. So all the umpires returning to their positions. Home plate umpire signals 1-2. Nystrom back in the box to continue his first at-bat as a Merchant. Whalen from the windup throws. Breaking ball is outside. The catcher Hurtado had to lunge for it. So 2-2 the count now. This game's been going for 40 minutes and we're still in the second inning. Whalen in the first induced 3 groundouts. Set the Merchants down 1-2-3. Here's his 2-2. In the dirt, and the count goes full to Nystrom. Angelo Luna, the DH today, waits on deck. Whalen, home with the 3-2. Just missed for ball 4. Some grumbling from the Seagulls dugout. Certainly didn't miss by much, but Nystrom is on as the first base runner of the day for the Merchants.
Number 44, Angelo Luna.
So now here's the left-handed hitting, bespectacled designated hitter, Angelo Luna. Luna, big guy, 6'1", 215 pounds. He smacks the first pitch down the right field line towards the corner. Wall is back. He leaps and it's over his head. It rolls off the wall. Luna is going to stop at first. Nystrom is going to get into third. So just like that, the Merchants starting to roar back in this one after the Seagulls put up 4 in the top of the second. They've got runners on the corners and nobody out in the bottom of the second. I'm at least moderately surprised to see Luna still standing at first after hitting a ball over the head of the right fielder Wall. He made a leaping attempt for it, but he just couldn't get back there on time. It hit off the bottom of the wall in right field. Now here's Gio Martini, the first baseman. First pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Martini batting left-handed. Out of Cal State East Bay. The 0-1. Down low. 1-1 now. Whalen comes set. And here's the 1-1. Swing on a ground ball foul up the right field line. Seagulls leading 4-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning, but the Merchants have runners at the corners and nobody out after a walk and a long single to right. Whalen dealing with Martini. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a line drive, foul down the right field line again, so Martini just barely out in front of these breaking balls from Whalen. Martini had a really nice season at East Bay this spring. Hit 8 home runs, an OPS of 919, so pretty dangerous in that box. Whalen, after a look at first, comes set. And the 1-2. Swinging a foul back to the screen. He got a fastball and just missed it to stay alive. Isaiah Landry, the 7th place hitter, waits on deck. Another 1-2 from Whalen. Breaking ball misses down and in for ball 2. Seagulls coming into this game at 4-15. The Merchants at 6-9. Here's the 2-2. Outside, and the count goes full to Martini. So Whalen, after a really easy 1-2-3 first inning, has had to labor a little bit so far in the third. Runners at the corners, nobody out. 3-2 the count to Gio Martini. Here it is. Swinging another foul back to the screen. Long battle here between Whalen and Martini. Seagulls, once again, are playing the Merchants for the 5th time this year. Seagulls won the first one. That was their home opener, but have lost the following 3. Whalen, a long look into Hurtado. Now he comes set and pitches. Swinging a line drive right field. This is going to get down in front of Wall for a base hit. So Nystrom trots in from third to score the first Merchants run of the game. Martini's got an RBI. That's 3 straight men on base against Whalen to open the bottom of the second.
All right, number 1, Isaiah Landry.
So here's Isaiah Landry. Landry hitting at .289 this summer. 1 home run. That was here in Alameda against the Seagulls. Here's the first pitch. That's in there, strike 1. Landry, also a product of USF. Hit .272 there this spring. Here's the 0-1. No, it's going to be a step off from Whalen as he pump fakes a throw down to second. Seagulls lead 4-1. Merchants have runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1. Landry lines it foul down the third baseline. Hit really hard, but well out in front. So he's behind in the count 0-2. Lucas Grantham, the catcher, is on deck, followed by the third baseman Alec Nava. Merchants threatening here in the second. Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt, and he gets by Hurtado and rolls to the backstop. There's a lot of room back here at College of Alameda, so both runners will move into scoring position with ease. Well, that's unfortunate. Not only does it move 2 runners into scoring position, but it takes away the prospect of the double play. So 1-2 now to Landry. Whalen comes set and delivers. Swinging a soft roller foul towards the third base dugout. Landry really reached out to try and get that one. Was able to get a piece, so we'll do it again. So Whalen comes set and the 1-2. Swinging a soft roller to short. Runner from third holds, so Ramirez will throw to first low, but Lamoth digs it out, and it's in time to retire Landry. Really nice play from short by Ramirez, and an even better pick at first by Lamoth. And even with the infield back, the runner at third, Luna, who doesn't run all that well, held, so it's an unproductive out, and the batter will be Lucas Grantham making his Merchants debut. Grantham finds himself in a big spot. First pitch. In the dirt. This one blocked by Hurtado. So it's merely ball 1. Grantham batting with runners at second and third, 1 down. The Seagulls leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Grantham well out in front of the breaking ball. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So Grantham is waved at 2 breaking balls below the zone in this at-bat. And if you're Whalen, you're probably real tempted to go for another. Let's see. Whalen comes set and delivers. Swing on a chopper foul down the third baseline. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. Grantham thought about it, but he was able to hold up. Nice block by Hurtado, and it's 2-2. Grantham played this past spring at Georgia State. Hit .205 in 88 at-bats. Did have 2 home runs. First at-bat with the Merchants. The 2-2. Upstairs. Up above Grantham's head, but over the plate. And the count goes full. Well, what do you do here? Full count to Grantham, who has waved at a couple of breaking balls below the zone, but do you risk throwing another one for ball 4 potentially? We'll see. Whalen delivers. And it is outside for ball 4 with a breaking ball. Grantham not tempted by that one, and the bases are now loaded. Well, this inning for Whalen, as Hurtado comes up for a mound visit, has gone walk, single, single, ground out, walk. A run already in for the Merchants, and now Cage Cascone is coming out of the dugout to join Whalen, Hurtado, and now Lamoth on the mound. So they're probably talking about Alec Nava, who's about to come to the plate in this one, who played this past spring at Cal Lutheran. Didn't get a ton of playing time, but made the most of what he got. He went 7 for 16. 2 doubles, 4 runs batted in. Big spot early in this one. Seagulls 4, Merchants 1, but the Merchants have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Both halves of the second inning have been very long and laborious. This one might be far from over. Now the Merchants coach will say something to the home plate umpire, but he's headed back towards the dugout. And wow, we're going to have a pinch runner at third base. Fabian Gomez will run for Angelo Luna. That's really interesting. Pinch runner in the second inning. So Whalen, first pitch to Nava. And it hit him. That'll force in a run. Well, obviously not what anybody wanted to have happen. That makes it 4-2. Just a breaking ball that Whalen lost control of, and Nava made no effort to get out of the way. So a 4-2 game now on number 42. Trey Johnson will stride into the batter's box. Bases loaded, 1 out. Whalen throws. Fastball outside for ball 1. We start to wonder what that really long layoff with Whalen on the bench during the top of the second when the Seagulls put up 4 runs and worked a lot of really long at-bats. Wonder what that's done to him. The 1-0. Johnson takes way up and outside with a breaking ball, and Whalen just does not have his command. He's got to find it soon with the bases loaded, 1 out. Seagulls clinging to a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-0 to Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike one. He might have chased a bit below the zone there. Trey Johnson on the summer hitting .291 with 2 home runs. Here comes the 2-1. Swinging a foul, kind of cued, rolling back toward the backstop. So Whalen, in a 2-2 count, I mean, despite all the base runners in this inning, he's been able to get ahead in counts. This is the 5th 2-strike count of the inning, but he's only gotten 1 out. So here it is, 2-2. It's outside for ball 3, and the count goes full. This inning, once again for Whalen, has gone walk, single, walk, ground out, walk, hit by pitch. Now it's 3-2 to Trey Johnson. Whalen already up to 36 pitches. Here it is. Ground ball to second. Feliciano dives and it's under his glove and into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. They're waving another. The throw's cut off by Lamoth, and it'll go to third, and he's safe. Nava went into third standing, and Swanson put down a tag that looked to be really, really close. But he was safe. 2 runs have come in, and it's now 4-4. But Trey Johnson coming up with the game-tying 2-run single. That brings up Nico Rodriguez, and man, how demoralizing is that? The Seagulls fought and scratched and clawed to put up 4 in the top of the second. The Merchants have responded with 4 in the bottom half. Now Rodriguez shows bunt with the runner going, but no, he'll head back to first. That was Johnson, the runner from first. It's 1-0 to Rodriguez. This is not really what we're used to seeing from Finn Whalen. Rather uncharacteristic outing thus far. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the runner goes, and the bunt is foul back to the screen. We've seen a lot of times when the Seagulls are in the field and the other team has runners on the corners and the runner from first goes, the Seagulls will not throw down to second. They don't want to risk throwing it away or maybe having the runner from third come in to score, so secret might be out. Other teams might have taken note of that. Now here's the 1-1. Down low, ball 2 to Rodriguez. Nico Rodriguez, not a big guy, stands at 5'9" in that left-handed batter's box. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as Johnson will indeed steal second without a throw. So Whalen once again in a 2-2 count, trying to finish off Rodriguez. Still only 1 out in the second inning. 4 runs across for the Merchants. It's a tie game 4-4. They've got runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Rodriguez set down for a very important, unproductive second out. That'll bring up Kai Laxa. Laxa grounded out for the 3rd out of the first inning, which means that the Merchants, just like the Seagulls did, have batted around in the second. First pitch to him from Whalen is in there, strike 1. And what really makes this rally, I guess, unconventional is that Whalen has gotten a lot of first pitch strikes, and he's been in a lot of 2-2 counts. Just hasn't really been able to finish off the Merchants. The 0-1. Laxa swings and hits it softly out in front of the plate. Hurtado will let it roll foul. That ball had a ton of spin on it. And now it's 0-2. 3 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter for the Merchants in this bottom of the second inning. Both teams have scored 4 in their respective halves of the second. It is tied at 4. Kai Laxa at the plate and an 0-2 count. Whalen stares into Hurtado. And the pitch. Just barely got a piece. Laxa fouls that one back to the screen. Whalen now up to 45 pitches. And that's after only throwing 7 in the first. Here it is. Loxa takes inside, kind of turned his back, trying to get hit by that one, but to no avail. So 1-2 the count now. Whalen sets. And delivers. Slow chopper to third. Swanson backs up, fields a high hop, throws across on several hops. Lamoth digs it out, but he's safe at first. And the Merchants take the lead. Nava comes in to score, and it's 5-4. Swanson backed up to make the play and kind of spiked it into the ground. The throw did eventually get to Lamoth at first, but it took 3 or 4 hops on the way there. I mean, an impressive job by Lamoth to dig it out, but Loxa able to run it out. So now here's Jackson Nystrom, who led off this second inning. Takes the first pitch, down and away for ball 1. And how frustrating is this? The Seagulls scored 4 runs in the top of the second. The Merchants have now scored 5 in the bottom of the second. And it's still going. Pickoff throw to first, and Whalen just threw it away. So Johnson comes in to score, and all the way around to third goes Loxa. Unbelievable. That was a pickoff throw that Whalen didn't even need to make. He could have just as easily thrown a little rainbow toss to first. Loxa did not have a big lead. But man, a completely unforced error, and now it's 6-4. Want to know? Here it is. Nystrom takes in the dirt for ball 2. And Whalen went 3 up, 3 down with 3 groundouts in the first inning. Really looked like he was going to cruise through this one, but he's just had the complete opposite inning here in the second. The 2-0 to Nystrom. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Hurtado for strike 1. 49 pitches now thrown by Whalen in this outing. 42 just in this second inning alone. 2-1 to Nystrom. That's in there, strike 2. That's 8 two-strike counts now for Whalen in this 5-run second inning. Now he comes set, and the 2-2 to Nystrom. Line drive right field. That is a fair ball down the right field line, and it'll go for extra bases. Nystrom is just going to cruise into second base as Loxa comes in to score. And that's going to be it for Finn Whalen. Mark Caviglia walking out of the dugout. Man, just a debilitating second inning. The Merchants have now put up 7 runs after Whalen has gotten into 8 two-strike counts. Just a really strange and really frustrating outing for Whalen today. So he will depart. We'll take a short break, and we'll tell you all about the new pitcher when we come back. Still in the bottom of the second inning, the Merchants have put up 7 runs in this frame and knocked the Seagulls starter Finn Whalen out of the game. He has been replaced by Cameron Boyd, the lefty out of Gilroy, making his 4th appearance of the year and first in 8 days, so you got to imagine he's going to be expected to provide some length for the Seagulls. He's pitched 6 innings this year and has an ERA of 6 even.
Number 8, Fabian Gomez.
So Fabian Gomez will bat. He pinch ran for Angelo Luna earlier in this inning. So I imagine Luna suffered an injury of some kind, but now it's Gomez, lefty-lefty, against Boyd, and the first pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Seagulls trail 7-4. Boyd sets and delivers. Gomez takes down and away for ball 2. Boyd played his high school ball at Christopher High in Gilroy. Here's his 2-0. Swinging a tapper foul, rolling back towards me. And it's 2-1. Fabian Gomez, a .242 hitter on the summer. He's got 2 home runs, 4 runs driven in. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, got Gomez out in front. The count moves to 2-2. Boyd trying to finally end the second inning, in which the Merchants have scored 7 runs. They lead at 7-4. I mean, we've reached the hour mark in this game, and it's only the second inning. Here's the 2-2 from Boyd. Tapped foul back behind the plate, and just like in most of Whalen's at-bats in the second inning, Boyd able to get to 2 strikes, still looking to finish off Gomez. He comes set. And another 2-2. Down and away, and the count goes full. The ball rolls away from Hurtado a little bit, but Nystrom will stay put at second base. So Boyd back on the mound. Comes set. And another 2-2. Sorry, that was a 3-2 pitch, and it was outside for ball 4. So Gomez draws the walk. That'll bring up Gio Martini.
Number 23, Gio Martini.
Martini had an RBI single earlier in this inning. So he awaits the first pitch from Boyd. Here it is. Just below the zone. Nice frame job by Hurtado, but could not fool the home plate umpire. And it's ball 1. Merchants 7, Seagulls 4. Both teams scoring all of their runs in the second inning, which is where we still stand. Pitch from Boyd. Outside for ball 2, and he's been relying pretty heavily on that breaking ball through these first 2 hitters. For the most part, the Merchants haven't really been chasing it. First and second, 2 down, and the pitch. That one missed, although Hurtado points out to the mound as if to say, no, I thought that was a good pitch. So 3 balls and no strikes the count. Cameron Boyd comes set. And the 3-0 is way upstairs for ball 4. That one wasn't even close. So a 4-pitch walk now. Boyd has walked both batters he's faced. Now the bases are loaded for Isaiah Landry.
Number 1, Isaiah Landry.
Landry grounded out for the first out of this second inning. First pitch to him here is in there for strike one. So nice to see Boyd get ahead in the count. Landry grounded out to short for the first out of the second inning, which feels like an hour ago, which, I mean, probably like 30, 45 minutes ago, but the 0-1 is fouled off, and now Boyd's ahead in the count 0-2 to Landry. And when your team bats around like the Merchants have in this inning, you do not want to be the guy who makes 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. Landry at risk of doing so, behind in the count 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 down, Merchants up 7-4. Boyd throws. In the dirt, and it gets away from Hurtado. And this is going to score yet another run. It's now an 8-run inning for the Merchants. Runners move up to second and third as well. It's now 8-4. And this is getting pretty difficult to watch. I mean, when the Seagulls put up 4 in the top of the second, it was like, all right, there we go. This is what we like to see. Hopefully they can build on this. Now the Merchants have just completely taken out of the wind out of the Seagulls' sails with an 8-run bottom of the second. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to first. Christian Lamoth stabs it. He will flip to Boyd, covering. It's close, and he's safe. And another run coming home, and 2 runs will score on this ground ball to first base, and it's 10-4 Merchants. Well, Landry runs really well. It was a ground ball to first base fielded by Lamoth. And I'm not sure if Boyd maybe took a little bit too long coming off the mound, or maybe if Landry just runs too well. It was really the definition of a bang-bang play at first base. I mean, Gomez was going to score from second easily. Gomez was going to score from third easily, but Martini heads up base running. I guess Boyd just didn't think about the runner from second, and he scored without a throw. So it's now a 10-run bottom of the second inning for the Merchants, and the batter's Lucas Grantham. Boyd throws. High in the air, shallow left center field. Coming in is Waldvogel. He makes the running catch. And after the Merchants score 10 runs, this inning is finally over. We will go to the third. Merchants up 10-4.
Pitching for the Merchants, number 30, Diego de Santiago. And leading off for the Seagulls is number 15, George Schmidt.
Top of the third inning now. Merchants 10, Seagulls 4, here from the College of Alameda. George Schmidt will lead off against the new Merchants pitcher Diego de Santiago. De Santiago comes set. His first offering to Schmidt is outside with the fastball for ball one. De Santiago out of Northwest Missouri State University, where this past spring he appeared in 23 games, all of them out of the bullpen, had a 5.02 ERA. Here's his pitch to Schmidt, and that one misses outside with a fastball 2-0. Well, we're over an hour into this one, and the third inning just begun. Seagulls put up 4 runs in the top of the second, and were feeling pretty good, and then they ended up giving up 10 in the bottom of the second, as this one also misses to Schmidt, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. So a 10-4 game with both teams scoring all their runs in the second inning. Just an all-time take the wind out of your sails moment for the Seagulls. But Schmidt trying to start to get them back in it as he swings at the 3-0 and lifts it to left field. But this is routine for Nystrom, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
How about number 56, Alan Ramirez?
So now here's Alan Ramirez. And the first pitch to him. Upstairs for ball 1. It was an interesting decision by George Schmidt to swing at the first pitch in a 3-0 count against a brand new pitcher when you're down by 6. Here's the 1-0. Ramirez takes just above the zone for ball 2. So the only strike thrown by De Santiago was the flyout by Schmidt on the 3-0 pitch. Now 2-0 to Ramirez, the second hitter he's faced. And the pitch. That is in there for strike 1. Heavy on the fastball for Diego De Santiago thus far. Ramirez, the South Bay product, native of Santa Clara. 2-1. Down low for ball 3. Well, it feels a little silly to say this after the Seagulls surrendered 10 runs, but it's still early. It is still the third inning. Seagulls have shown that they're capable of putting up double-digit runs in a game this year. As the 3-1, ground ball to third. Nava fields. The throw across is a little bit low, but no problem for Martini, and Ramirez is gone. Well, it is still really early in this game, as I said. You just gotta make sure you're seeing a lot of pitches. And the Seagulls team does have fight in them. The first 2 hitters of this inning have been in 3-ball counts, and both ended up being retired. So now here's Waldvogel, who drew a walk in the second inning. First pitch is a breaking ball called a strike. Waldvogel kind of cocks his head in disagreement. That might be the widest strike I've seen of the day. So 0-1. Here it is. Waldvogel takes that one for a called strike. And man, really feels like the strike zone has really widened up against Waldvogel. I feel like that fastball was below the zone. And I really feel like that same pitch has been called a ball all game. So Waldvogel in an 0-2 count might be feeling a little bit snake bitten. De Santiago sets, and here it is. Chopped foul towards the Merchants' dugout. Waldvogel in his second year with the Seagulls. Played this past spring at Skyline College, where he hit .406, albeit in only 37 plate appearances. Here's another 0-2. Way upstairs, Waldvogel has to bend back out of the way. And it's 1-2 now. It's the Merchants 10, the Seagulls 4, with 2 down and the bases empty in the top of the third. Diego de Santiago facing Derek Waldvogel. And the 1-2. Down in the dirt, 2-2. So de Santiago looking in. He comes set. And the 2-2. Foul back to the screen. Waldvogel battling here. The Seagulls coming into this game last in the North Division of the CCL at 4-15. The Merchants are 4th at 6-9. De Santiago taking his time, still staring in to Grantham. Now he sets. And here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's a 1-2-3 third inning for de Santiago in his first inning of work. Still 10-4 Merchants as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning now. Merchants coming up after putting up 10 in the second. It is 10-4 Merchants, with Cameron Boyd going back out to the mound. Boyd came in relief of the starter Whalen last inning. He walked the first 2 hitters he faced, then gave up a 2-run infield single before finally getting Lucas Grantham to fly out to end that inning. Now he's facing Alec Nava. Nava shows bunt on the first pitch, but pulls back and takes in the dirt for ball 1. Well, Boyd, very well rested, hasn't pitched before today in 8 days, so he's probably going to be asked to provide some length for the Seagulls in this one. His 1-0 pitch misses upstairs to make it 2-0. This was such an uncharacteristic second inning for Finn Whalen, who for the most part has been money for the Seagulls on the season. Here's the 2-0. Down low to make it 3-0. And in some ways, you can say he didn't pitch that poorly, in the sense that he was doing what he should by getting a lot of first pitch strikes and getting into a lot of 2-strike counts. He just couldn't finish them off. 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Nava flipped the bat and started jogging to first, so he'll have to come on back. And that's the kind of thing that can get under an umpire's skin. I mean, obviously it varies person to person, but some umpires, they'll expand the zone on you if you do that to them. Here's the 3-1. That one bounces in front of home plate. No question that that's going to be ball 4. So Nava has been on twice today without getting a hit by way of a hit by pitch and now a walk. And the leadoff man is on for the Merchants as the lineup card turns over for Trey Johnson.
How about it? Number 42, Trey Johnson.
Trey Johnson, a Bay Area guy out of Berkeley High School and Skyline College. Lefty-lefty matchup. And Boyd checks first and delivers. That's a ball off the outside with a breaking ball. Boyd still trying to find the zone for the most part in this outing. Nava at first, 1 down. 10-4 Merchants. We're in the bottom of the third from the College of Alameda. And Boyd with a pickoff throw to first, but Nava was only a step or two away from the bag, so he goes back in standing. Well, Johnson, I remember, drew some oohs and ahs from the crowd at Tom Lawler Field in a game earlier this year as Boyd comes set and delivers. Johnson fouls it back and out of play. Davis Gurman hit a home run for the Seagulls in that game. Boyd was playing left field. And if you recall, we've got the mesh fence in left and right field at Tom Lawler Field, and Johnson just, in one fell swoop, hopped over the fence and continued running after the ball. He wasn't able to make the catch, and it would have been ruled a home run even if he had caught it, but that was a very memorable moment in a blowout loss for the Seagulls. That one misses upstairs to Johnson. So 2-1 the count to the Merchants leadoff man. Two balls, one strike. Boyd, another pickoff throw to first, but Nava really not taking a big lead, and he's once again back standing. The Seagulls beat the Merchants on opening day, the home opener, 5-4, then lost a couple games at home against them, 12-2 and 6-4. As Boyd throws and Johnson takes strike 2. So 2-2 the count now, and then in these two teams' most recent matchup here at the College of Alameda, it was pretty similar to how this one's shaken out so far. The Seagulls lost that one 15-4. Here's the 2-2 from Boyd. It's outside, 3-2 the count now. So Boyd, I've been saying they're probably expecting him to provide some length, but that may not pan out if he continues to work these long at-bats. And his third pickoff throw to first base of this at-bat will also not produce anything. Now here's the payoff pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen, so we'll do it once again. And credit to the Merchants. They've done an excellent job of working long, competitive at-bats in this game, driving the Seagulls' pitch counts up. Another 3-2 from Boyd. Swing on a ground ball right side, fielded by Feliciano. He will throw to first because the runner was going from first. Johnson is retired, and Nava moves up to second.
How about a number 0, Nico Rodriguez.
So there's the first out of this third inning, and Nico Rodriguez will come to the plate, and he elicits a ton of cheers from the crowd behind home plate, so I assume he's got a lot of friends and family in attendance today. Here's the first pitch, and he takes in the dirt for ball 1. Nice block by Hurtado. So Boyd comes set. Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down to third is not in time. And Nava has stolen third base. So Rodriguez now batting with the runner at third and one down. Here's the 1-1. That's in there, strike two. I mentioned Rodriguez's apparent cheering section. He is a local guy out of San Jose. Went to Archbishop Mitty High School, so shout out Mitty. The 1-2. Taken outside for a ball, and man, Boyd has thrown a lot of those breaking balls outside to lefties. For the most part, they have just not been chasing. Merchants up 10-4 with one down here in the bottom of the third. The 2-2, line drive left field. Waldvogel coming on, and it's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. And the Rodriguez crowd goes wild as he's got an RBI single to make it 11-4.
Number 2, Kai Laksa.
Now here's Kai Laksa. First pitch. Ground ball right side. Feliciano dives, and it's just past him into right field for a base hit. Rodriguez is going to turn and go to third, and he will be in there as the throw-in is cut off. Well, Boyd got what he wanted in that situation. Runner at first, one out. Obviously, you want a ground ball there. It just happened to be perfectly placed. Feliciano did all he could, but it was just past his dive.
Number 20, Jackson Nystrom.
Now Jackson Nystrom will bat. Cleanup man for the Merchants. Making his season debut. Been on base twice with a walk and a double. So first and second, one down. First pitch is in there, strike one. Boyd has now faced 8 hitters in this game and has only retired 2 of them. He sets. And, well, toss a pickoff throw to first, but Laksa is back in standing. Sorry, I think I said first and second, one down, but there are, in fact, runners on the corners with one down. So the Merchants lead 11-4 in this bottom of the third. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. So Boyd ahead in the count, 0-2 to Nystrom with the lefty Fabian Gomez on deck. Boyd throws. And it's a pop-up foul well back and out of play. Towards the parking lot, off the gate of the parking lot. So count remains 0-2. That one misses outside. The count moves to 1-2 now to Nystrom. Well, the Merchants, who have been putting on an offensive show today, they rank 5th in the CCL with a team average of .267. Here's the pitch, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. Boyd sets down Nystrom swinging for the second out of this third inning. First strikeout of the day for Boyd.
Number 8, Fabian Gomez.
So Fabian Gomez will come to the plate. He was the first batter that Boyd faced back in the second inning and walked. Here's the first pitch to him. Big, slow breaking ball misses up and away for ball one. Merchants continue to do a good job of laying off that pitch. Boyd with the 1-0. That just missed below the zone for ball two. Really could have gone either way. Merchants up 11-4 in this bottom of the third. They put up 10 in the second and 1 so far in the third. Runners at the corners, 2 down and the 2-0. 3-0 now. Finn Whalen started this game. Set the Merchants down 1-2-3 in the first inning, but since then they have been forced to be reckoned with at the plate. Here's the 3-0. And that's in there for strike one. Fabian Gomez. 3-1. High pop-up on the infield. Christian Lamoth now backpedaling quite a bit, and he makes the catch. Not easy for Lamoth, but he handles the chance and ends the inning. Merchants tack on a run. It's now 11-4 as we go to the fourth. The fourth inning is upon us from the College of Alameda. Seagulls trail 11-4. Diego de Santiago back to the mound for the Merchants after working a 1-2-3 third inning. He came in relief of Griffin Sutton, who pitched 2 innings. Emilio Feliciano is going to lead off for the Seagulls. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning that knocked in the Seagulls' first run of the game. De Santiago sets, and his first pitch. Inside for ball 1. Another fastball from Santiago. He's been relying heavily on that pitch so far today. The set. And the pitch. In there, strike 1. Well, it's an 11-4 game, but it is still early. The fourth inning in this one. As here's the 1-1. Feliciano swings and sends a ground ball to the left side. Charging as the shortstop locks, so he throws on the run. In time to get him. Wow, that was a really athletic play by Kyle Loxa at short. He came charging in, made a very quick transfer, and threw on the run to get Feliciano, who runs pretty well. So an excellent play by Loxa for the first out of the fourth, and now here's Brandon Swanson. Swanson, the Vegas product, blooped a double back in the second inning. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swanson cracks this one into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. So Brandon Swanson, who came into this game with only 2 hits on the year, has added 2 more today. So the lineup card turns over now, and here's AJ Hurtado. Hurtado ripped a 2-run double into the gap in left center field back in the second. As De Santiago delivers, Hurtado takes, down low for ball 1. That double gave the Seagulls a 3-0 lead and was followed by a single from Christian Lamothe that gave the Seagulls a 4-0 lead, which at the time seemed like a pretty big cushion, but they gave up 10 runs in the bottom of the second. Score currently stands at 11-4 here in the top of the 4th. The 1-0. Swinging a line drive, fair down the left field line. This is going to be another double for Hurtado. It rolls up and over the bullpen mound. Swanson's getting the wave all the way around. He's coming in to score all the way from first base. And Hurtado's got his second double and 3rd RBI of the day. And Hurtado has been a doubles machine on the season. He loves that left field line. So 11-5 now. Here's Christian Lamothe, who's got 2 hits today. A double and a single plus an RBI. Hurtado at second, 1 down, 11-5 Merchants. De Santiago throws. Lamothe takes, strike 1. Lamothe is someone you can always count on to put up a long and competitive at-bat. Worked the count full before singling his last time up. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. At a rather unfamiliar position for Lamothe behind in the count 0-2. He's got more walks than strikeouts on this year, which whenever you see that on someone's stat sheet, it really stands out. De Santiago. Home with an 0-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Lamothe strikes out for the second out of this 4th inning. So now here's Tanner Wall. Up for the 3rd time today. 1 for 2, had an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Scratch that. No RBI, just a plain old regular single. First pitch to him. Who checked his swing on a pitch in the dirt, went around. The throw down to third, gets away. And Hurtado's going to come in to score. Boy, a run gift wrap to the Seagulls. It's now 11-6. Hurtado took off on that pitch in the dirt. Didn't get that far away from Grantham, so it was going to be close, but Grantham just, and I don't want to say he threw it away because it was a solid throw. It just got by Nava, the 3rd baseman, and Hurtado was able to score. So 0-1 the count to Wall, and the pitch inside for ball 1. So here's the 1-1. Wall swings and misses, strike 2. Wall had a 7-game hit streak going, but that was snapped when he took an 0-for-4 last night against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Still having a really, really nice season, hitting at .309. 1-2. Swinging a fly ball shallow right towards the line, and it's going to curl foul. Wall started the year as the only 2026 high school graduate on the Seagulls roster, but he now shares that distinction with George Schmidt, the DH today. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Down low in the dirt. Looks a lot like the pitch Wall chased to open up the at-bat, but nice job to lay off there. The count moves to 2-2. De Santiago sets and delivers. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play on a nice battle being put up here by Wall. This inning began with a ground out by Feliciano, then Swanson singled and Hurtado doubled him home. Lamoth struck out. Wall at the plate now. During Wall's at bat, Hurtado advanced to third on a wild pitch and scored on a throwing error. So 2 runs home for the Seagulls and the 2-2. Strike 3 called. Wall goes down looking to end this inning, but not before the Seagulls add 2 runs. It's 11-6 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
It's 11-6. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Welcome back to the College of Alameda for this bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Brennan Dumesnil-Vickers taking you along on this audio-only radio-style broadcast today. Really appreciate you joining me. The Seagulls are trailing in this one 11-6. They did put up 2 runs in the top of the 4th. Still a lot of game left in this one, some time to claw back. Cameron Boyd back to the mound, and his first pitch is down low to Gio Martini, the first baseman who has singled and walked in this one. 10 in the second, 1 in the third for the Merchants. As Martini smacks this one to center field, coming on is Gurman, and he's going to drop the ball. Oh, man. The throw back in gets away, but it's backed up by Boyd, and my goodness, that is really out of character for Davis Gurman. That ball was hit hard, but it was right at him. He was kind of jogging in, had his glove up about chest high, and it just clanked off him. Man. That is very, very surprising. So the leadoff man does reach for the Merchants, and now here's Isaiah Landry. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Merchants have had the leadoff man on in every inning except the first when the starter Finn Whalen set them down 1-2-3. Now Boyd, who loves those pickoff throws to first, will toss another one, but Martini's back safely. Boyd came in with 2 outs in the second inning. Still pitching here in the 4th. Here's his 0-1. Slow breaking ball misses. Heard the home plate umpire say outside. Once again, I'm kind of situated between the backstop and the first base dugout, so I don't have a great view on inside-outside pitches, so I'll have to take the umpire's word for it. 1-1 count. Boyd delivers. Landry with a ground ball to the right side. Feliciano fields and will throw to first in time to get the shore out. Martini goes to second. And there's one down. So Martini, who reached on the error by Gurman, will move up to second. And let's hope Boyd can get through this inning and keep that play from looming even larger. He's facing Lucas Grantham, who pops up the first pitch right back towards me. Is anyone going to have a play? Boyd, the pitcher, came all the way over and couldn't get it. It just barely ticked off his glove, and he went into a dive. I was just kind of in no man's land. I thought I might have been the one who had to make a call, but it stayed in play. Not an easy play by any means, but a pop-up that was not caught, so it's 0-1 to Grantham. Grantham, making his Merchants debut today, has walked and flown out to left. Boyd looks in, comes set. And the 0-1. In there, strike two. Boyd thus far working on his best inning of the day. Martini at second, but he reached on an error. Then Boyd got Landry to ground out. Now the 0-2 to Grantham. Down low, ball one. Boyd still not really able to get any chases on his breaking stuff. And here's the 1-2. Inside, ball two. Third baseman Nava is on deck. Then it would be the top of the lineup with Johnson. Boyd working in his third inning of relief. He sets and will step off and just toss a little lollipop to second base, but Martini's back safely. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Grantham. Boyd long pause, checks second, and delivers. Ground ball to third. Swanson bobbles it, recovers, and will not make a throw. And just a routine ground ball that ticked off the glove of Swanson. He tried to get it before it hit the ground with his bare hand, but was unable to recover fully. Score that an error, and that's 2 errors for the Seagulls in this inning. The leadoff man, Martini, lined a ball to center that Gurman just flat out dropped. And Landry grounded out. Now Grantham with that ground ball to third that I would imagine Swanson thinks he definitely should have made. So you could definitely imagine a situation in which this was a 1-2-3 inning for Boyd, but instead the Merchants have runners on the corners and 1 down, with the nice place hitter Alec Nava striding to the plate. Boyd comes set and pitches. And a bunt is popped up foul. That looked like it landed in the Merchants broadcast booth. Just had the perfect arc up and over the backstop. I heard some crashing noises, so hopefully all is okay with my broadcasting brethren up there. So 0-1 to Nava. Runners at first and second with 1 away. And the pitch. Little nubber foul curling toward the Seagulls dugout. 0-2 the count now to the right-handed hitting Alec Nava. Nava's got a stance that in some ways reminds me of Jeff Bagwell. His feet are super far apart and he bends down pretty low. But not as well as that Hall of Fame first baseman Bagwell. So 0-2 the count. Pickoff throw to second, but once again, Martini's back safely. That was probably the closest one of the day, although a very easy safe call for the umpire down there. So no balls and 2 strikes. Boyd throws. Nava pops this one up. Coming back towards us, it is into the Seagulls dugout. Looks like everyone's okay down there. So still 0-2 to Alec Nava, who is kind of battling here. Merchants on top 11-6. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cameron Boyd on the mound after coming in relief of Finn Whalen in the 2nd inning. Seagulls put up 4 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th. Merchants put up 10 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Boyd trying to hold them at bay in this 4th. 1st and 2nd, 1 down. He comes set and delivers. Fouled off again, backing out of play. That bounces into the parking lot. Still 0-2 to Nava. That ball is stopped rolling under somebody's Toyota. Another 0-2. Blooped into shallow right field and foul. Oh man, it's not often you can say someone's really battling in an 0-2 count, but that's exactly what Nava's doing here. Boyd looks in. He sets, looks at second, looks back, looks at second again, and throws. Shallow right. Feliciano leaps, and it's just over his glove and into right for a base hit. Runner will be held at third, so the bases are loaded. And man, Boyd's got to feel a little snake bitten there. Just a little bloop base hit, and Feliciano, who was playing shallow, did absolutely all he could, leaped as high as he could. That ball was over his glove by maybe an inch. Now the manager, Caviglia, is heading out to the mound, and we'll see. Yes, indeed, this is the end of the line for Boyd. Out of the game after 2 2/3. 1 2/3 innings pitched. And Lucas Shaw will be the new arm in the game for the Seagulls. I'll tell you all about him when we come back. So Lucas Shaw now into this game for the Seagulls. native of Carlsbad. He plays baseball at Cal Poly SLO, but he's not on the baseball team you may think of. He's a club baseball player. He's evidently impressive enough in club baseball that the Seagulls wanted him to play summer ball with them. This is going to be his 4th outing of the year, and in 3 1/3 innings, he's given up 7 runs, 6 of them earned. And he inherits a bases-loaded 1-out situation. He'll be facing Trey Johnson, the Merchants' leadoff man. He's 1 for 3 today. First pitch. Cracked into right field and deep down the line into the corner. And it's a grand slam. The first pitch Luca Shaw throws is a grand slam by Trey Johnson, and that makes it 15-6 Merchants. Well, you just think back to how those bases got loaded. An error by Davis Gurman allowed Gio Martini to reach. An error by Brandon Swanson allowed Lucas Grantham to reach. Then Alec Nava, who was at first base, just hit a bloop single. Now it's Nico Rodriguez who takes ball 1 inside from Shaw. That was the second home run that Shaw's given up this year. The 1-0. Rodriguez takes up and away for ball 2. The 2-0. Outside to make it 3-0. I mentioned that was the second home run Shaw's given up this year. The first one also happened right here at the College of Alameda. It was hit by Isaiah Landry, who's starting in center for the Merchants today. 3-0. That's way up and outside for ball 4. So Luca Shaw, on the first pitch he throws, he gives up a grand slam and immediately walks the next guy on 4 pitches. This game is really starting to resemble the Seagulls' last game here at the College of Alameda. That was back on the 17th of June. They lost that one 15-4. First pitch is outside, and the throwback to first will not get Rodriguez. Seagulls lost their last game here at the College of Alameda 15-4. They're currently trailing in this one 15-6. This is Kai Laxa at the plate. And the 0-1. Ripped into right field pretty deep. Moving back on the ball is Wall at the wall, and it's off the bottom of the wall. Kai Laxa will hold at first base, and Rodriguez will make his way to third. Well, Laxa, I'm sure if his team didn't have a 9-run lead, he could have made his way into second with ease, but playing it as safe as possible. So Laxa's got 3 hits today. And the Merchants are trying to put up a historic number today. Already 15 on the board, but they've got runners on the corners and 1 down. And Jackson Nystrom striding to the plate. First pitch. Nystrom gets hit. And the bases are loaded. So for Luca Shaw in this outing, he's faced 4 batters, and it's gone grand slam, walk, single, hit by pitch. Bases are now loaded with 1 out, and Fabian Gomez will bat. Gomez, if you remember, all the way back in the 2nd inning, came in as a pinch runner for Angelo Luna, who must have gotten injured somehow. So Gomez 0 for 1 on this game with a walk and a pop-out. Batting with the bases loaded. Shaw delivers. It's foul tipped into the glove of Hurtado for strike 1. Now for the 2nd time in this game, the Merchants have batted around. Martini, who led off this inning, waits on deck. And the pitch. Down low for ball one. Well, I really don't want to even put this energy out into the world, but the Merchants are in a position where they could hit 2 grand slams in an inning. The pitch. Chops slowly up the first base line. Lamoth tries to field the short hop. It goes by him, and it's a fair ball. 1 run has scored. They're waving another. Laxo will score, and now another run coming home. 3 runs are going to score, and all the way into third goes Fabian Gomez. Well, it was a chopper up the first base line. A tough play for Christian Lamoth. He tried to field the short hop. It just went by him. And to be perfectly honest, folks, I'm blocked off from the right field corner here, so I couldn't see exactly what happened, but Tanner Wall must have taken a while to get to that one. It allowed 3 runs to score. Fabian Gomez got to third. And the score, well, it's now 18-6 Merchants.
How about number 23, Gio Martini?
So Gio Martini comes to the plate, who led off this inning, with Gomez at third. And the first pitch. In the dirt, gets away. No, it hit Gio Martini. So the second hit by pitch of the inning for Lucas Shaw. He's now faced 6 batters, hasn't retired any of them, and Mark Caviglia is going back out to the mound. We'll see if Shaw's day is already done, or if this is just a pep talk. This outing for Shaw thus far, the first pitch he threw was a grand slam. Then he's given up a walk, a single, a hit by pitch, a triple, and now another hit by pitch. So Shaw remains on the mound. Nate Lind is going to pinch run for Martini at first base. I wouldn't imagine that's due to any sort of injury on the hit by pitch. It only got Martini in the foot. Maybe it's just, we're up by 12 runs. Maybe give some guys another chance to play type of thing. So first and third, still 1 out, and Isaiah Landry's at the plate. Landry's the one who took Shaw deep earlier this year here in Alameda. He delivers. That one's called a strike at the top of the zone. So 0-1 now to Landry. Landry, for the most part, hasn't really gotten in on this offensive party for the Merchants. He's 1 for 3. Now here's the 0-1. Driven into center field, hit pretty well. Gurman goes back onto the track. He drops it on the warning track. It's down. 1 run is in. Lynn getting waved. He's going to come home. Landry on his way to third. Here's the throw, the tag. He's safe. It's a 2-run triple, and it's 20-6. Oh, that was a really tough play for Davis Gurman. I'm sure he thinks he definitely could have caught it. He was racing back, and it just barely tipped off the top of his glove as he was standing on the warning track. So the Merchants have put up 20 runs in this game, and Lucas Shaw has still yet to retire a batter. Well, this is far and away the most runs the Seagulls have given up in a game this year. Previous high was 17 against the Walnut Creek Crawdads on the road, but and 20 runs. That stings.
How about it, number 19, Lucas Grantham?
So here's Lucas Grantham for the 4th time today. He's walked, flown out, and reached on an error. More than 2 hours into this game, and it's only the 4th inning. First pitch to him from Shaw is way upstairs. Hurtado has to leap out of the crouch to stop that one from going to the backstop. This one's popped up on the infield. Who's got it? Swanson looking up into the bright sky. Now he drops it. It falls on the infield. Grantham is aboard. Swanson was just kind of standing there staring up, and then at the last second he darted to his right, and the ball was just out of his reach. So now Lucas Shaw has faced 8 batters, and all of them have reached base. And Alec Nava will come to the plate.
My apologies. Pinch hitting number 3, Ethan Reeder.
So Ethan Reeder is going to pinch hit for Nava. And with this 14-run lead, the Merchants giving some other guys a chance to play. So Reeder batting with runners on the corners, 1 down. Merchants ahead 20-6. The pitch. That just misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. And you go back to how this inning began with Davis Gurman dropping a line drive right at him. And 2 batters later, Swanson made an error. This is hit high in the air and deep down the left field line, but it's curving foul and out of play. So depending how you score it, 3 errors in this inning and only 1 out. The Merchants have put up 9 in this inning. Still only 1 down. Runners on the corners. Shaw pitching to Reeder, the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. This is hit high in the air to center field. Davis Gurman moving in a little bit, squares up. He makes the catch. Runner tags from third. The throw all the way home on a line is offline. Landry comes in to score, and it's 21-6. So on the 9th batter he faces, Lucas Shaw finally records an out. And that'll bring up Trey Johnson. Johnson hit the grand slam on the first pitch Shaw threw earlier in this inning. 2 for 4 all told today. Shaw comes set and delivers. That's down low for ball 1. And by the way, the Merchants have in fact put up 10 runs in this inning. I can't remember the last time at any level of baseball, Little League all the way to the majors, I saw a team have multiple double-digit run innings in the same game. There's a called strike 1 to Johnson. Nice job by Shaw to paint the corner up and away. So 1-1 the count now. Merchants 21, Seagulls 6 here in the bottom of the 4th. This one's popped up foul. Back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Finn Whalen started this game. He pitched an inning and 2/3. Boyd came in after him. He also pitched an inning and 2/3. Now it's Shaw, the 1-2. Foul back again. Grantham, the runner at first. 2 outs. And the pitch. Smacked into center field, but Gurman's going to come in on the ball, and he has got it. And this inning, mercifully, has come to an end. After the Merchants put up 10 runs, it's 21-6. 5th inning when we come back. Top of the 5th inning now. Merchants have turned to Nick Goff on the mound, making his 3rd appearance of the year. He's pitched 3 innings and has an ERA of 3 even. So Goff facing Davis Gurman, his first pitch, upstairs for ball 1.
This is number 9, Davis Gurman.
Gurman 0 for 5 with a walk since he returned from injury yesterday. First pitch. Swing and a miss. The count's now 1-1. Gurman 2 strikeouts today, 1 swinging, 1 looking. He checks his swing, the appeal down the first. The home plate umpire had to try and get the first base umpire's attention, apparently his name's Robert. She said, "Robert, did he go?" multiple times. And the Seagulls dugout had to be like, Robert, did he go? The answer was no, by the way. So 2-1, here it is. And it's upstairs. 3-1 the count now. Well, it's nice if we can still get some laughs in, even down by 15 runs. The 3-1 pitch. Gurman takes strike 2. So a full count to Davis Gurman leading off the 5th inning. Merchants 21, Seagulls 6. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on Gurman. He didn't think so. He started walking to first base. And the Seagulls dugout with some vocal disagreement. So 3 strikeouts on the day for Gurman, and that'll bring up George Schmidt. Schmidt, the only two-way player on this Seagulls roster. First pitch to him here is going to miss somewhere with a breaking ball. I'm not entirely sure where, but I appreciate the call. Goff working very quickly, the 1-0. That's down below the zone for ball 2. Schmidt out of Foothill High School in Pleasanton. Same high school that Brandon Crawford went to, and Schmidt told me that his same baseball coach also coached Brandon Crawford when he was there. 2-0 pitch misses up and away, so Schmidt for the second time in this game is ahead 3-0. Schmidt started yesterday on the mound for the Seagulls, and the day before that in center field. 3-0. Is in there, strike 1, so unlike in the second inning, Schmidt not swinging 3-0. Count now 3-1 on him. Here's the pitch, and it's smacked up the middle for a base hit. So George Schmidt is on with 1 down in this 5th. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen in this game from either team. That'll bring up Alan Ramirez. This game moving at a glacial pace started somewhere between 2 and 2.5 hours ago. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Oh. Ramirez takes ball 1, but don't worry, folks. I'll be with you as long as I possibly can. So 1 ball and no strikes to Alan Ramirez. Here it is. He pops this one up on the infield, right side of the diamond. Rodriguez making the call at second base, and he's got it for out number 2. That'll bring up Derek Waldvogel. His inning so far has gone strikeout, single, pop out. Waldvogel trying to get the Seagulls back on the board. They trail 21-6 with 2 down here in this 5th. The pitch. Waldvogel smacks this one into left field for a base hit. So 2 base knocks for the Seagulls in this inning. Schmidt moves up to second. Both of them hit really hard. And Emilio Feliciano will bat with runners at first and second and 2 down. Well, if you just ignore the Merchants line, there is some good to take out of scoring 6 runs in not quite yet 5 full innings. So, I mean, there is some positive to take out of this game. First one to Feliciano. In there for strike 1. Merchants pitching staff came into this game with an ERA of 5.51, which sounds high, but it is actually the 5th lowest in the entire CCL, North and South. Seagulls came into this game at 7.31, and I got to imagine that'll get a hefty boost after the stats have been calculated for today. 0-1 pitch to Feliciano. Here it is. Ground ball towards the middle, fielded at second by Rodriguez. He will flip to second in time, and the inning is over. Seagulls get 2 hits but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 21-6 Merchants. Bottom of the 5th inning now. Lucas Shaw back out there for the Seagulls. His first task will be Nico Rodriguez. His cheering section continues to vocally support him. Rodriguez in this game has grounded out, struck out, singled, and walked. Merchants 21, Seagulls 6. Shaw comes set. And his first pitch. Up and away for ball 1. Line score in this one, Seagulls 6 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 5 errors. Merchants have 21 runs on 12 hits. They've committed 1 error. Now the 1-0 misses in almost the exact same spot to make it 2-0. Shaw came into this game with 1 down in the 4th inning. Here's his 2-0. Up and away again, 3-0. The first 8 batters he faced reached base, and he got out of the inning on back-to-back flyouts to center. Trying to continue that momentum here, but he's behind 3-0. Here it is. That's in there for strike 1 to Rodriguez. The pitch. On the ground to the right side. Feliciano, a bit of a bobble at second, but he'll throw to first in time. And I got to correct myself. It looks like Bryce Brooks has come in to play second in place of Feliciano, so he's the one who made that play for the first out.
Number 2, Kai Laksa.
So here's Kai Laksa, who's been a big part of this offensive explosion for the Merchants. 3 hits in this game, all singles. Takes his first one from Shaw outside for ball 1. 3 in a row now, set down by Shaw. He comes set, and his 1-0. Laksa hits another high fly ball to right center field, pretty deep. Wall and Gurman going back. This ball's going to be caught by Tanner Wall, well out in the gap in right center field. So nice play by the Seagulls' young right fielder. That's 2 up, 2 down in this 5th.
Number 20, Jackson Nystrom.
Here's Nystrom. A walk, a double, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch on his line today. Shaw looks in and delivers. That one caught the top of the strike zone, 0-1. Shaw, the third Seagulls pitcher of the game following Whalen and Boyd. The 0-1. Nystrom fouls this one off, and Shaw quickly ahead 0-2. Seagulls trailing 21-6. We're here in the bottom of the fifth inning with 2 down. Shaw has retired the first 2 men of this inning, and he's ahead 0-2 on Nystrom. The set and the pitch. Down and outside, gets by Hurtado for ball 1. Well, this game really got out of hand back in the second inning when Finn Whalen I don't even want to say he lost control. He was a bit wild, but he was getting ahead in counts. Merchants were just finding a way to get hits. Nystrom fouls this one off again. So 8 runs crossed in that second inning while Whalen was on the mound, which is totally out of character for him. He's pitched really well up to this point for the Seagulls this year. And Boyd came in, surrendered a few more. Same can be said for Shaw. The 1-2. And that one hits Nystrom. So a painful welcome to the Merchants for Nystrom. Playing in his first game for Alameda, he's been drilled twice. The 4th hit by pitch, all told, by Seagulls pitchers to Merchant batters today. We're going to see a pinch runner at first base, and I believe also a pinch hitter at the plate.
Pinch running at first base, number 9, Kyle Sander. And pinch hitting, number 6, Zach Lewis.
So Zach Lewis pinch hits at the plate, and Kyle Sandner pinch runs at first. I would imagine very few Merchant starters will be left in this game by the time we reach the 9th. So the first pitch to Lewis. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Shaw looks in. And the pitch to Lewis is in there for strike 2. So back-to-back called strikes to open this at bat. Shaw ahead in the count 0-2. Looking for the Seagulls' first scoreless inning on the mound since the first. He rocks and fires. And Lewis fouls this one off. And man, the Merchants as a unit have done an incredible job of just battling and working the count and fouling pitches off in this game. I mean, that's not entirely how you score 21 runs, but it's been a big part of their success today. The pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Hurtado for strike 3, and Shaw does indeed work the Seagulls' first scoreless inning on the mound since the first. Still 21-6 as we head to the 6th inning. Sixth inning now from the College of Alameda. Brandon Swanson leading off. Got 2 hits today, a double and a single. Nick Goff back out there for the Merchants on the mound. And his first pitch is off the outside for ball 1. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Sorry, that was a 1-0 pitch, so the count's now 2-0 on Brandon Swanson. Having a really solid day out of the 9 spot. The pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Merchants ahead 21-6. As Goff delivers. Outside, 3-1 now to Swanson. 1 home run in this game. It was the grand slam by Trey Johnson back in the 4th inning. Goff deals. Swanson fouls it back and out of play, so the count's full to begin this 6th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's down low, ball 4, so Swanson continues his impressive day at the plate. He works a 6-pitch walk. He still hasn't been retired today. So now here's the leadoff man and catcher, AJ Hurtado. And he's had a solid day today. Actually, more than solid. He's got 2 doubles and 3 runs driven in. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Now here's the 0-1. Outside to make it 1-1. Hurtado, after today, now has 7 doubles on the year, which leads the team. Here's the 1-1. Smacks this one into left field, falling fast and down in front of the left fielder. All right, so the Seagulls have a little something going here in the 6th inning. They've got runners at first and second with nobody out, and Christian Lamoth coming to the plate. Lamoth having a nice day. He's got a double and a single, plus a run batted in. Chance to get some excitement in that Seagulls dugout. Goff delivers. Lamoth takes outside for ball 1. Swanson at second, Hurtado at first. The set and the pitch. Lamoth grounds this one to second, could be 2. The flip to second for 1, back to first. Double play. Well, that'll take the wind out of the sails. On the play, Swanson goes to third, but there are now 2 down in this top of the 6th inning. Tanner Wall is the batter with Swanson at third and 2 down. Got a base hit in this game. He's also grounded out and struck out. First pitch to him. Up and away with a breaking ball for ball 1. Goff came in to open up the 5th inning. He has yet to give up a run. The 1-0. Wall takes up and away again for ball 2. The set and the 2-0. Wall grounds this one to the right side. It's Rodriguez again. He will throw him out, and the Seagulls go down without scoring a run. Still 21-6 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Nate Lynn leading off against Lucas Shaw, and the first pitch misses down low for ball one. Lynn came in as a pinch runner for Gio Martini back in the fourth. Ooh, that one's called a strike, but I think it was just an excellent frame job by Hurtado. Shaw gets the call, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That is upstairs to make it 2-1. Well, Lynn has definitely got a big strike zone, standing at 6'2". The 2-1. That's in there, strike two. Now Lynn's got to swing the bat. Lynn has not played a ton this year. He's only 1 for 12. The 2-2. Swing on a tapper foul at the plate. Still a bright and sunny day here at the College of Alameda. Wind has, for the most part, died down. Still not a cloud in the sky. 2-2. Lynn rips that one to the right side and into right field for a base hit. So Lynn, with his second hit of the year, is on to open up the sixth inning. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Bryant Viskovich is going to hit in place of Isaiah Landry. Shaw comes set. And his first pitch. Viskovich pops it up foul. Out of play off to the right. So Viskovich, it appears this will be his first at-bat of the season with the Merchants. The 0-1. He takes strike two, and once again, Shaw able to get ahead in the count. So no balls and two strikes. Lynn at first, nobody out. And the pitch. Viskovich takes outside to make it 1-2. Well, Viskovich, this might be the most fun name to say I've encountered in the CCL so far this year. He's behind in the count, 2-1. And the pitch. Swing on a ground ball to third. Swanson picks it, goes to second for one. On to first. It is not in time, or rather, Lamoth's foot came off the bag. A little bit of a wide throw from Bryce Brooks. I do believe he would have been out had Lamoth stayed on the bag, but really nice pick by Swanson at third. Able to get one out on the play. So Viskovich is aboard, and Lucas Grantham, who is not being pinch hit for. We'll see this first pitch from Shaw. And it's down low for ball one. Grantham, like a few people in this Merchants lineup, is making his team debut. And he is going to take this one down low for ball two. In this game, he has walked, flown out, and twice been the benefactor of an error at third base. 2 balls and no strikes. Shaw delivers. That's down low to make it 3-0. Well, Shaw came into this game in the fourth, and the first 8 batters he faced reached base, but for the most part, he's done a really nice job of settling in since then. And his job right now is to just conserve the rest of the bullpen for tomorrow. The pitch. Upstairs, maybe a little inside to Grantham, so he draws the walk. He's on base for the 4th time today without even getting a hit.
Number 3, Ethan Reeder.
So now here's Ethan Reeder. Came in as a pinch hitter for Nava, batting for the 2nd time. Viskovich at second, Grantham at first. Shaw's first pitch is swung on and foul back. And it's 0-1. Reeder is 9 for 44 on the year. That works out to a 205 batting average. Shaw sets. And the 0-1. Ground ball to third. Swanson another chance, and it's off his glove, and it rolls into shallow left field. Coming around third, Viskovich is going to score. The throw will go to second, and Reeder takes off for second. The throw looked like it went to nobody, and it just rolled to Christian Lamoth, who was backing up. So, I mean, that wasn't the easiest play in the world for Swanson. He's had a rough day in the field. Kind of took a big hop up on him and rolled into shallow left. So it's now 22-6. Viskovich came in to score. Grantham went to second. And Grantham went to third, and Reeder's now at second. So we've got a pinch hitter here for Trey Johnson, and he takes the first pitch upstairs for ball one. I didn't quite catch the announcement of his name, but I'll let you know who this is as soon as I figure it out. So second and third, one down, 22-6 Merchants. Lucas Shaw on the mound. He's thrown 47 pitches. And number 48 misses down low for ball two. Shaw comes set. And the 2-0 pitch. Inside for ball three. Shaw behind in the count, 3-0. He comes sets. And delivers. There's a strike, and the count moves to 3-1. Well, Shaw does have a base open. You got runners at second and third, one down. Here in the sixth and the 3-1. Swinging a line drive. Now it hits the ground. Ramirez Fields throws to first in time to retire Gonzalez, the pinch hitter. Coming in to score on the play is Grantham, so make it 23-6 now.
Number 0, Nico Rodriguez.
So Nico Rodriguez once again walking up to a bunch of cheers from behind home plate. And he takes the first pitch here, up and away for ball one. And man, it feels like pretty much every pitcher today for the Seagulls keeps missing in that spot, up and away to Nico Rodriguez. Shaw's 1-0 is down below the zone for ball one. If I make that ball two, the count moves to 2-0. Shaw looks in, sets, and delivers. Rodriguez takes up high again, ball three. Rodriguez in this game has grounded out, struck out, singled, walked, and grounded out again. Runner at third, two down, Merchants on top, 23-6. Shaw, home with a 3-0. There's a strike. So 3-1 the count now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez today has been in 2 2-ball counts and 2 3-ball counts. The 3-1. That is inside for ball four, and Rodriguez, in his 6th plate appearance of the day, draws his 2nd walk. So with Shaw now at 53 pitches, Mark Caviglia is headed out to the mound. I imagine this is going to be the end of the line for Shaw. So he hands Caviglia the baseball, and we'll have a new pitcher, and I'll tell you all about him when we come back. So Kai Hanasaki has entered this game for the Seagulls. It'll be a Kai versus Kai matchup with Kai Loxa striding into the batter's box. Runners at first and third, 2 down. And the first one from Hanasaki is swung on and grounded to the left side. Ramirez makes a nice play, ranging towards the hole to cut it off, and he throws to first in time to retire Loxa. So that was easy. Hanasaki comes in and ends the inning on 1 pitch. Going to the 7th, it is 23-6 Merchants. So we've got a new pitcher for the Merchants here as we begin the top half of the 7th inning. And it's a guy who's usually a first baseman, Tyson Ellis, will take the mound for the 3rd time this year. He's pitched 2 innings on the season and has not given up a hit, though he has walked 3. So Sebastian Ultreris is going to pinch hit for Davis Gurman here. First pitch from Ellis. In there for strike one.
Now pitching for the Merchants, number 21, Tyson Ellis.
Ultreris takes this one for ball one. Ultreris out of Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland, so he's not playing far from home at all. Ellis comes set and delivers. Ultreris takes this one outside for ball two. Here's the 2-1. Ultreris pops it up foul over my head and out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Ultreris. And the home plate umpire calls time. Was that like a wrapper on the mound? A clear piece of plastic that Tyson Ellis just picked up and put in his pocket. All right. Ultreris is 1 for 24 on the year, but there's been a lot of bad luck mixed in there. A lot of hard hit outs, a lot of lineouts. Here's the 2-2. He fouls this one back to the screen. So Ultreris battling off the bench in this 23-6 game. Tyson Ellis comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Ultreris strikes out to open up this 7th inning. So that'll bring up George Schmidt. He's 2 for 3 today. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the first pitch is in there, strike 1. Schmidt, the Seagulls DH today, but he was their starting pitcher yesterday and center fielder the day before that. The 0-1. Up and away to make it 1-1. Well, we're just about at the 3-hour mark of this game. Still only in the 7th inning. Merchants 23, Seagulls 6. The pitch. Down low with a breaking ball. 2-1 now to Schmidt. Schmidt committed to UC Berkeley for this next spring. 2-1. Outside to make it 3-1. Schmidt, one of 2 high school graduates in the class of 2026 on this Seagulls team, the other being Tanner Wall. 3-1. In there, strike 2, and now Schmidt's got to swing the bat. Ultreris struck out on 5 pitches to open this inning. Now Schmidt about to see his 5th from Ellis, and he strikes out swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts to open this inning and this outing for Ellis. And Alan Ramirez will come to the plate. Ramirez 0 for 3 today with a couple of groundouts and a pop-out. 23-6 Merchants. Here in the top of the 7th with 2 down and the bases empty. Ramirez swings and misses at the first pitch. Tyson Ellis, man, with how he's looked early on, you wonder why he hasn't pitched more often. Mentioned this is his 3rd outing as a pitcher. He's hitting .409 as a hitter. This one's way upstairs to Ramirez. So I guess the Merchants have their own version of George Schmidt. Ramirez back in the box. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And he hits this one pretty hard into center field. Going back towards the track, this one is caught by the center fielder just a few steps away from the warning track. Seagulls go down 1-2-3. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here from the College of Alameda.
We're done with
Bottom of the 2nd inning now. Merchants coming up with a 23-6 lead. Kai Hanasaki back out there, who came in with 2 down in the 6th and retired Kai Laksa on 1 pitch so quickly that I wasn't even able to give his stats, which look like this. This is his 6th outing of the year. And in 5 1/3 innings prior to today, he's given up 9 runs, 7 earned. First pitch is taken for a ball by Kyle Sandner, who came in to run for Nystrom back in the 5th. Hanasaki deals, and that's taken for a ball by Sandner. 2-0 now. Hanasaki, a native of Tokyo, Japan, one of 3 international players on the Seagulls roster at the 2-0. Foul back to make it 2-1. Also got Davis Gurman from Kitchener, Canada, and Marcus Graham from Berwick, Australia. 2-1 the count. Hanasaki delivers upstairs, and Sandner, who ducked out of the way, got hit by the pitch. I heard a sound. I was hoping it was the bat, but evidently it was some part of Sandner. So that's the 5th Merchants batter who has been plunked today, and Sandner is on to open the 7th. Hanasaki has not pitched more than an inning and 2/3 this year, although I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated if he's able to work through the bottom of the 8th and conserve the rest of this bullpen. He's now facing Zach Lewis, who takes the first pitch for a strike. Lewis came in as a pinch hitter for Fabian Gomez, who came in as a pinch runner for Angelo Luna. Lewis struck out his last time, and he pops this one up left side of the diamond. Swanson, a long run. Ramirez, a long run and foul ground, but nobody's going to be able to get there. It's out of reach. And Hanasaki's now ahead in the count 0-2. It's been a very lopsided game, of course. You can tell by the 23-6 score. The Merchants put up 10 runs in the 2nd and the 4th inning, which I honestly can't say I've ever seen any team put up multiple 10-run innings in the same game. Here's the 0-2. Lewis takes down and away for ball 1. Sandner at first after being hit by a pitch. 23-6 Merchants with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Zach Lewis. Hanasaki throws. That's in the dirt, and it gets away from Hurtado, and Sandner will go down to 2nd with ease. And that one was just nowhere close. Hurtado didn't really even bother reaching out for it. He just started his journey to the backstop to retrieve it. So Sandner down to 2nd on the wild pitch. 2-2 now to Lewis. Nate Lynn on deck. And the pitch. Swing on a ground ball foul towards his own dugout. So the count's still 2-2. 6 of the Merchants' 9 starting position players are no longer in this game. Rodriguez, Laksa, and Grantham, the only ones who are still in there to this point. Another 2-2. Inside for ball 3, and after being ahead 2-0, or after Hanasaki was ahead 2-0, Lewis has worked the count full. Sandner at second, nobody out. Here in the 7th. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Lewis is set down by way of the K for the second time today. That's the first out. So here's Nate Lynn. Pinch ran for Gio Martini in the 4th. 1 for 1 today with an opposite field single back in the 6th. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Well, if you just ignore the 23 runs the Merchants have scored today, there really is some positives you can take out of the Seagulls offense today, as Lynn swings and misses to make it 0-2. You got 2 doubles, 3 RBIs from AJ Hurtado, 2 hits from Christian Lamoth. George Schmitz also picked up a couple hits. As Lynn reaches out and pokes this one to short, Ramirez feels the short hop, a little bit of a double clutch, and he throws the ball away. Sandner will get to third. Lynn, who might have rounded the base, hustles back into first. Nate Lynn, I have no idea how he hit that pitch. It was definitely going to bounce in the dirt if he hadn't swung at it. And Ramirez was able to pick up the ball, but just kind of hesitated to throw it and then threw it super wide of Christian Lamoth at third. So that's a throwing error all the way. Lynn is aboard. Sandner goes to third. We've got runners on the corners with 1 down. And Bryant Viskovich at the plate. Hanasaki's first pitch. Swung on and missed, and Hanasaki once again able to get ahead in the count. He was ahead 0-2 to Lewis, who battled back to make it 3-2, eventually struck out. And it was an 0-2 pitch that Lynn bounced to short and reached on an error. Now the 0-1. Swing on a ground ball, foul up the third baseline. And there it is again, an 0-2 count to the last 3 hitters that Hanasaki has faced. Here's the 0-2. High pop-up right side of the diamond. Second baseman Brooks makes the call. He has got it, and there's the second out. So nice job by Hanasaki to induce the unproductive out. And coming up for the 6th time in this game will be Lucas Grantham. In his Merchants debut, Grantham is, well, he's 0 for 3, but he's walked twice and reached on an error twice. First pitch to him here is just above the zone for ball 1. Man, I feel like similar pitches have been called a strike today, but it's 1-0. Hanasaki working fast. The 1-0. Swing and a miss by Grantham. And Hanasaki, man, his stuff has looked really nice in this outing. He's been generating a ton of whiffs from these Merchants hitters. He sets. And the 1-1. Down low, good take by Grantham. The count moves to 2-1. 23-6 the score. Merchants are leading. They've got runners on the corners with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Tapped foul. Man, these Merchants hitters have just been peppering their own dugout in this game. Count moves to 2-2. Ethan Reeder on deck, but Hanasaki trying to end this inning right here, right now. He sets. And throws. Swing on a ground ball to short. Ramirez will flip to Brooks at second, and that will end the inning. So, Hanasaki, a nice job to work a scoreless 7th inning. It is still 23-6 as we move to the 8th. Top of the 8th inning now. Merchants leading the Seagulls 23-6. We've got a new pitcher for the Merchants. Their 5th of the day is going to be Jack Karst, the Pleasant Hill native, appearing for the 6th time this year, and in 12 2/3 innings, he's got an ERA of 2.84. Struck out 11 batters, so he's been solid. And he's going to be facing Derek Waldvogel. Waldvogel 1 for 3 with a hard, clean single to left back in the 5th. First one to him from Karst. In there, strike 1. Karst has got almost a sidearm release. I'd classify it as low 3/4. He throws. Waldvogel well out in front of that breaking ball, 0-2. Karst looks like he gets a ton of momentum going down the mound. He truly seems like he's pitching downhill. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Waldvogel's gone on 3 pitches. So here's Bryce Brooks now. Came in to replace Feliciano in the field. First pitch. Brooks swings and misses. Brooks on the year is 2 for 13 with a double. But we know that when he gets on base, he can create havoc on the base paths. One of, if not the Seagulls' fastest runner. He taps this one foul, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Well, don't look now, but Jack Karst is more than halfway to an immaculate inning. So Karst back on the rubber, and the 0-2. Breaks his bat on a ground ball back to Karst, who will just jog over and flip it to first in time to retire Brooks. So no immaculate inning, but still 2 batters gone on 6 pitches. So now here's Brandon Swanson up for the 3rd time today And he's been a real bright spot, has not yet been retired. A double, single, and a walk for him today. That one misses inside to Swanson. He's got to lean out of the way a little bit. And he's ahead 1-0. 23-6, the Merchants lead the Seagulls. And Swanson takes this breaking ball in there to make it 1-1. That one misses to make it 2-1 to Swanson. Merchants put up 10 runs in both the second and the fourth inning. Some other runs scattered throughout to take this 23-6 lead. Swanson hits a fly ball shallow left field. Who's it going to be? It's going to fall for a base hit. And Swanson's got his third hit of the game. Boy, really nice day for Brandon Swanson. Came into this game with only 2 hits on the season, and now he's got 3 in this game alone. So nice confidence boost for the Las Vegas native out of the 9 spot. Now here is AJ Hurtado, who's also having a nice day. 3 hits to his ledger, including 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in. First pitch. Tapped foul, and look out in the Merchants dugout. It's 0-1. Bottom of the 8th inning here, Merchants up 23-6. 2 down, Swanson at first. And the pitch. Hurtado takes a breaking ball up and away. Count moves to 2-1. Griffin Sutton started this game for the Merchants. He threw 2 innings. He was relieved by Diego De Santiago. Then it was Nick Goff, Tyson Ellis, who's usually a first baseman, pitched an inning. And now it's Karst. A pitch. Swing and a ground ball to third. A bobbled. And he won't be able to recover. So Ethan Reeder, that was a pretty routine ground ball. He just took a big hop up in the air. He tried to recover but didn't have a play. So Christian Lamoth will bat with a couple runners on. A chance to add to his RBI total on the year, which currently stands at 12. That's the most on the team. He taps this one off home plate, rolling foul along the first baseline. So 0-1 to Lamoth. A double and a single for him today, but also a strikeout and a double play. First and second, 2 down. 23-6 Merchants. Top of the 8th. Karst throws. Lamoth takes ball 1 with a breaking ball. Swanson at second, Hurtado at first. Both of them having really nice games today. 1-1 to Lamoth. Here it is. Up and away. 2-1 now. Before the Seagulls, Finn Whalen started and was lifted in the second inning after giving up 8 runs. Cameron Boyd came in after him as the 2-1. It's inside to make it 3-1. And Lucas Shaw came in relief of Boyd. Gave up 12 runs while in the game. Kai Hanasaki came in with 2 down in the 7th. We'll see if he goes back out for the 9th. And Lamoth takes this one down low for ball 4. So the Seagulls have loaded the bases with 2 down here in the 8th. Tanner Wall having a great season. Came into this game hitting at .309. 1 for 4 in this one. And the first pitch is a fastball in there for strike 1. Well, we have already seen a grand slam in this game. Hit by Trey Johnson back in the 4th inning. Wall has popped, but he has not left the yard yet as a Seagull. The 0-1. That's in there, and Wall has taken 2 strikes to open this at bat. Bases loaded, 2 down, top of the 8th, 23-6 Merchants. Swanson at third, Hurtado at second, Lamoth at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside to Wall. That's a jump back out of the way. It's 1-2. Jack Karst on the mound for the Merchants, their 5th pitcher of the afternoon. The set and the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wall strikes out, and the Seagulls leave the bases loaded. It's still 23-6 Merchants as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning now. Last chance to add on for the Merchants. They lead 23-6, and they'll be facing a new Seagulls pitcher. It's J.B. Ferreira for the 10th time this year. Facing Ethan Reeder, and the first pitch. Ground ball towards the hole and a base hit for Ethan Reeder to open up this 8th inning. So Reeder's first hit of the day. That'll bring up Matt Gonzalez. Well, for J.B. Ferreira, I mentioned this is his 10th outing of the year. That's far and away the most on the Seagulls staff. Ben Juiced is in second, and he's only got 6. Ferreira's first pitch to Gonzalez is a slow breaking ball in there for strike 1. So Ferreira's definitely been the workhorse of the bullpen. The 0-1 is down low to make it 1-1. Ferreira, his 9 prior outings have consisted of 11 innings pitched, and in that time he's given up 17 runs. 15 of them have been earned. Big, slow curveball misses high to make it 2-1. So for Ferreira, with the Seagulls trailing by 17, this could be a good opportunity for a confidence-building outing. This is chopped foul. Pardon me. This is not Matt Gonzalez at the plate. This is Nate Ticky, who's usually a pitcher. Ticky takes this one outside. So a full count to Ticky. Three-two. Swinging a high pop-up. Swanson ranging into foul territory. Will he have room? He does. He makes the catch about 10 feet from the Merchants dugout rail, and Ticky is gone for the first out.
How about it? Number 0, Nico Rodriguez.
So here's Nico Rodriguez. And even though we're 3.5 hours into this one and it's a 17-run game, the Rodriguez cheering section is still going strong. Ferreira's first pitch. Foul back to the screen, 0-1. Well, for Ticky, the last hitter, that was his first plate appearance of the year. Not sure when the last time he hit was. Like I said, he is traditionally a pitcher. Now the 0-1 to Rodriguez. That's in there, strike two. Rodriguez taking his 7th plate appearance of the day. That'll happen when you put up 23 runs. But he's behind in the count, 0-2. And the pitch. And that hit him. So if my tally is correct, that's the 6th Merchants hit by pitch of the day. Well, 23 runs has come at a bit of a painful price for them. Kyle Laxa will step up for the 7th time today. 7 at-bats in a 9-inning game. That just does not happen often. And Laxa takes a first pitch slow curveball in for a strike, and Ferreira does not throw very hard. That curveball on our TrackMan at Tom Lawler Field has been measured as slow as 58 miles an hour this year. The 0-1. Foul back and out of play. So once again, Ferreira heading the count 0-2. Ferreira, this is the 3rd game in a row he's pitched. Laxa takes this one just up high for ball 1. Like a breaking ball. Probably not where Ferreira wanted to put that one. 1-2 from Ferreira. Line drive. Caught at second by Brooks. The flip back to second base is in time for the double play. Reeder doubled off second. We will go to the bottom of the 9th. Seagulls 17 to tie, 18 to take the lead. The ninth inning is finally here from the College of Alameda. It's the Merchants 23, the Seagulls 6. And Jack Karst is back to the mound for his second inning of work to try and close this one out. It's going to be Sebastian Ultreris. Struck out his last time up. Came in as a pinch hitter for Davis Gurman, who himself struck out 3 times. First pitch. Ground ball to short. A high chopper. Laxa fields and throws to first just in time to get the hustling Ultreris. He's now 1 for 26 on the season. So we're going to see a pinch hitter here for George Schmidt. Cade Heflin will stride to the plate. Heflin hitting at .214 on the season. First one to him from Karst is in there for strike 1. Heflin against Karst. The 0-1. Tapped right side and foul. Up along that line, and it's 0-2. Well, the scoreboard is what it is, 23-6 Merchants, but the Seagulls can take some positives out of the offensive side of things today. AJ Hurtado's got 3 hits, including 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. Pitch to Heflin is lined into shallow right field, dropping and down for a base hit. So Cade Heflin is on in this 9th inning, and Ethan Lopez is going to come up and pinch hit for Alan Ramirez. Just continuing some of the positive storylines on the hitting side of things. Christian Lamoth has been on base 3 times, double, single, and a walk. And not to mention Brandon Swanson being on base all 4 times. 3 hits, including a double plus a walk. So here's Lopez. Takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Lopez out of Morgan Hill, California. Mostly catcher and DH this year. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. Laxa bobbles it, and the flip to second is not in time to get Heflin. Well, it was not an easy play for Laxa. He had to range far towards the middle, but he's made, I would say, more impressive plays today. So instead of what very well could have been a game-ending double play, the Seagulls will have 2 on and 1 out in this 9th inning. So here's Derek Waldvogel, 7th place hitter and left fielder today. Seagulls still behind 23-6. First pitch. Ground ball to third. Speared by Reeder. He'll go to second for 1. On to first. A double play. And that's the ball game. The Merchants have won this one by a score of 23-6. Well, a game that the Seagulls, I'm sure, for the most part, would like to forget, although they did get some good offensive performances from guys like Hurtado, Lamoth, and Swanson, but overall they lose by 17 here at the College of Alameda. Final score, Merchants 23, Seagulls 6. That's all for me today, but you can catch me on the Seagulls YouTube channel once again tomorrow for another audio-style radio broadcast against the Walnut Creek Crawdads at 4 p.m. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you soon.